Hi everyone, this is UMind and you're watching my house visit. Out. I was him and he was me. Each soul simple existence being the sole purpose of breathing in each other's wants and out each other's needs. I never knew where he ended and I begun, bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh, so intertwined and inseparable. We were twisted. Discovery bounced off each of us. He started sentences and I finished them. Reached for the same thing. My mind was on, our hands touching and flirting, courting bliss in every moment. Our thoughts so synchronized. A transfixed gaze or gentle glance would communicate so well across a room of hundreds. So seeing me meant seeing him, and so the story went that in absentia, one represented both, and questions were not asked. There was no need. He was me and I was him. Currents of energy resonated and resounded off each of us. With eyes closed, I could tell he had walked into a room. So distinct was he that instinct picked him up like breathing. When troubled or extremely excited, he was my default, his mind, my haven, my soul, his retreat, his lap, my comfort, my heart, his home. We were both guilty of committing the same crime, head over heels in love, or was it heels over head? It was magic and tragic how no one else seemed to matter for company, just us two, and our favorite pastime was exploring this God that had created such a love. He had to be amazing because it was heaven, so a real heaven had to exist somewhere. The existence of such a father was believable because a love like this had to be held up by more than just two hearts entwined, thus shifting the trajectory of our lives. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, and the two shall weave and become one flesh. I was him and he was me, not glued together by lust but genuine affection and attention, meaning his heart kept perfect pace with mine. Even in our silence, we spoke the same language. Segabantwan, the father of my children, or he-man, was strong sometimes just for my sake, would hold it down so I wouldn't break. I was him and he was me. No voids or chasms existed, but instead we had periods of bonding, holding hands, counting the stars, and crowds were fascinating to us because they kept us entertained with questions on how we could afford such a luxury. Some wondered about fairy tales and things being a thing of the past, so ignorant were they that when it's right you don't try too hard. But you worked determinedly hard through each kink and crink. We were classic. We were all that and more, explaining why I married him. His words when he said them were at the right time. We never tried figuring this out, at least when he said to Siawazi, we were meant to be. I was him and he was me, unbelievable but yet amazingly clarifying that you could have it all. I was him and he was me, and then I woke up.